Welcome to ComSpark TV. We are live here from Columbus, Ohio. My name is Steve Gruetter. I'm Director of Market Strategy with Expedient. Today I'm here with IT Director for the City of Worthington and my longtime friend Gene Oliver. Gene, it's good to see you here.
Good to see you, Steve. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into the interview a bit. So you're starting year 3 with the City of Worthington. Hard to believe it's already been 3 years. Talk to me a little bit about your strategic priorities and what you've accomplished so far with the city.
Okay. Well, it's been a great couple of years. It's been a lot of emphasis on foundation building. The city had not really invested in IT for a while, so there are a lot of things that we just frankly needed to clean up. But it's been great that I've had such wonderful support from the city leadership across all levels, including the council, the city manager, and the rest of my peer directors. I also was very fortunate to have a very good IT team. So we're small and very mighty, and we're able to accomplish quite a few things in those 2 years. We were able to really shore up our internal infrastructure, modernize a lot of systems that were currently in place, begin our transition to software as a service cloud with Office 365, implement a new phone system, make several process and project management improvements that helped with our productivity. We were also able to onboard a help desk position, which allowed some of our more senior staff to focus on project work.
That's really gotta be helpful.
Was a great enabler for us.
Sure. So looking forward, what are going to be the strategic priorities for the city?
And we're really focused on 4 things at this point. Certainly security is really top of mind for anybody that works in IT. The focus that we have right now is on employee training. So doing security awareness for them, teaching them about the different phishing attacks, different flavors of that. We just started that program about a month ago and have had good success with it. Again, that success is largely due to the support we've gotten from the rest of the team. So it's not viewed as just an IT thing. It's really a priority for the city. Another focus is on DR. So we're in the process of building out fiber connectivity to 2 partners. Expedient is one of them. And we see that as an enabler of us being able to really execute a DR as a service strategy. Another thing we're focused on is data. So how do we improve the management of the data we have, make sure that we understand how we can use that data more effectively to improve our decision making, and move up that maturity scale from just doing basic reports to being able to do predictive analytics and understand trends.
It sounds like you're bringing your former business acumen into the local government and making it run more efficiently.
Yeah, and that's been an exciting thing to be able to do. And
so given the 4 projects that you're taking on, and they're all 4 very significant, what challenges are you facing as you're driving that ball forward?
So I think one of the challenges is that I tend to take on things that are maybe outside the scope of my job description, if you will. So I like to look at things long term. And so one of the things that I'm maybe worry about is a little bit too strong, but if I have one thing that keeps me awake at night, it's, what's the impact that all the big data and artificial intelligence are going to have on the workforce, particularly for the city as the nature of work changes. How's that going to impact our income tax revenue and our ability to sustain and continue operations for critical life safety, police, fire, and the other city services that we have? So one thing I'm focused on is, when I talk to people about technology, is to not just focus on talking about cloud or security, but really what's the long-term impacts and how are those trends going to have impacts on the city's ability to sustain itself long-term.
The net benefits to the citizens, the net benefits to the city.
Exactly.
Okay. So building on that, what do you see as your enablers to success to meet the goals?
So I think partnership is certainly one of them, and maybe it's a little bit of an overused word, but I think listening might be a better way to think about it. So I think listen first. Make sure you've established a rapport with your peers or the people that you're trying to influence. Certainly, one of my MBA professors was fond of saying, interact before you act. And really make sure that you work collaboratively to understand what's going on and then work with that person to do kind of a joint solutioning exercise. Another key factor for me has been we've been able to do a lot, and it is really paying attention to the budget. So we had a lot of spend that was, let's just say, not as efficient as it could have been. And so quickly prioritized projects that would reduce our spend in those non-efficient areas and enable us to fund new services and do new things with the money that we were able to yield out of that process.
Doing more with the dollars that you've got from the city is always going to be looked upon fondly.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Gene, thank you so much for joining us today. Certainly do appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. This is Steve Gruetter with ComSpark TV. For more information about the upcoming Tech Power Players event, please visit comspark.tech. Thank you, Gene.
Thank you, Steve.